God sent his son. They called him Jesus. He came to love.
Let's grab our basic instructions before leaving Earth, and let's see what the Creator, Father God, has in store for us today.
To buy my pardon.
Let's see what the Father has to say to us today in the book of Joel. The word, this chapter 1. The word of the Lord came to Joel, the son of Pethuel. Hear this, ye old men, and give ear, all you inhabitants of the land. Hath this been in your days, or even in the days of your fathers? Tell ye your children of it, and let your children tell their children, and their children, another generation. That which the palm worm hath left hath the locust eaten, and that which the locust has left the cankerworm eat. And they that which cankerworm hath left hath the caterpillar eaten. Awake, ye drunkard, and weep and howl, all ye drunkards of wine, because of the new wine, for it is cut off from your mouth. For a nation is come up upon my land, strong and without number, whose teeth are the teeth of a lion, and he hath his cheek teeth of a great lion. He hath laid my vine waste, and barken my fig tree. He hath made it clean bare, and cast it away. The branches thereof are made white. Lament like a virgin girded with sackcloth for her husband and her of her youth. The meat offering and the drink offering is cut off from the house of the Lord. The priest, the Lord's minister, mourn. The fields of waste, the land mourneth, for the corn is waste. The new wine is dried up, the oil languishes. Be ye ashamed, O you husbandmen, how, O you vine dressers, for the wheat and for the barley, because the harvest of the field is perished. The vine is dried up, and the fig tree lingers. The pomegranate tree and the palm tree also, and the apple tree, even all the trees of the field, are withered, because joy is withered away from the Son of Man. Boy, ain't that the truth. Gird yourself, and lament, you priest. Howl, you ministers of the altar. Come, lie all night in sackcloth, you ministers of my God. For the meat offering and the drink offering is withheld from the house of your God. Sanctify ye a feast, call a solemn assembly. Gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land into the house of the Lord your God, and cry unto the Lord. Alas for the day of the Lord is a hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. Is not the meat cut off before your eyes? Yea, joy and gladness from the house of your God. The seed is rotten under the clod. The garners are laid desolate. The barns are broken down, for the corn is withered. How do the beasts groan? The herd of the cattle are perplexed, because they have no pasture. Yea, the flock of the sheep are made desolate. O Lord, to thee will I cry, for the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness, and the flame hath burned all the trees of the field. The beasts of the field cry also unto thee, for the rivers of waters are dried up, and the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness. Chapter 2. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountain. A great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, never shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garnish of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on top of a mountain, shall they leap like the noise of a flame of fire that devours the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pain, all faces shall gather dark blackness. They shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the walls like men of war, and they shall march every one on his way, and they shall not break their rank. Neither shall one thirst another. They shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the window like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and moon shall be dark, and the stars withdraw their shining. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong, and executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great, and very terrible, and who can abide it? Therefore also now, saith the Lord, turn you even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and weeping, and with mourning, and rend your heart, and not your garment, and turn unto the Lord your God, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repenteth him of the evil. Who knoweth if he will return and repent, and leave a blessing behind him, even a meat offering and a drink offering unto the Lord your God. Blow the trumpet in Zion. Sanctify a feast, call a solemn assembly. Gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children, and those that suck the breast. Let the bridegroom go forth of the chamber, and the bride out of her closet. Let the priests, the ministers of the Lord, weep between the porch and the altar, and let them say, Spare thy people, O Lord, and give not thy heritage to reproach, that the heathen should rule over them. Wherefore should they say among the people, Where is their God? Then will the Lord be jealous for his land, and pity his people. Yea, the Lord will answer and say unto his people, Behold, I will send you corn and wine, oil, and ye shall be satisfied therewith. And I will no more make a reproach among the heathen, but I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face towards the east sea, and his hinder part towards the uttermost sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he has done great things. Fear not, O land, be glad and rejoice, for the Lord will do great things. Be not afraid, ye beasts of the field, for the pasture of the wilderness do spring, for the tree beareth her fruit, and the fig tree and the vine do yield her strength. Be glad when ye children of Zion, and rejoice in the Lord your God. For he hath given you a former rain moderately, and he will cause to come down for you the rain, and the former rain, and the latter rain, in the first month. And the floor shall be full of wheat, and the fat shall overflow with wine and oil. And I will restore to you the years that the locusts have eaten, and the cankerworm, and the caterpillar, and the palmerworm, my great army, which I sent among you. And you shall eat in plenty, be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God, that hath dealt wondrously with you, and my people shall never be ashamed. And you shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed. And it shall come to pass afterwards that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servant and upon the handmaid in those days will I pour out my spirit. And I will show wonders in heaven and the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord has said, in the raiment whom the Lord shall call. Judgment on Israel's enemies. Chapter 3. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may drink. That's going on today. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Philistine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, I will return your recompense upon your own head. Because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temple my goodly pleasure things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold into the Grecians, that you might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them, and I will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabaeans, to a people far off, for the Lord has spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, And come on, ye heathen, and gather yourself together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I set my judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in shackles, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fat overfloweth, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of destruction. For the day of the Lord is near, in the valley of destruction. No, that's decision. Sorry, people, that's decision. Alright. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall draw their shine. The Lord also shall war out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people, and the strength of the children of Israel. So shall you know that I am the Lord your God, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her any more. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come forth of the house of the Lord, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood, that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion. Alright, now we're in the very last right here. And now we're going to read Amos tomorrow. And we have how many? We have 9 in Amos. So I'll probably read about 4 tomorrow. And let's see, we got 4. I don't know, I'll maybe read 5. And then read the next 4. I don't know, we'll see how I feel tomorrow. Hugs and kisses. How to donate to PayPal. You mash on Poor Man's Sewing, and then you come up here and you look for About, and you mash on About, and right here you hit on Donate to Poor Man's Sewing. It's people like you that help me out, and it is really appreciated. And I hope you many blessings in this hard times that we are fixing to go through. A lot of hugs and kisses to you.